Hi everybody, Editing Rose here. I just wanted to let you all know that I filmed the walkthrough of this deck in one full video. It was about 2 hours long, so I've broken it up. So if you found one of these and it's the middle video and you want to see the rest, they are up on my channel. Take a look. I have a full walkthrough of the Herbcrafter's Tarot in one video also. It will be linked above. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the videos. Now, this is a suit that's actually really grown on me. I initially wasn't super fond of it, but I have grown to really love it now. The Ace of Water, I don't have much to say. I do like this. If you've read Robin Hobb, this reminds me of the Rainwild River. Obviously not toxic or poisonous or anything like that, but this is kind of how I picture the edges of the Rainwild River looking. The Two of Water, we also have the hummingbirds like from the Ace of Air. And this card is just beautiful. You've got the statue, you've got the flowers in bloom, so it's probably spring, and the birds are really starting to awaken and get back to life as normal. The Three of Water is probably one of my less favorite ones in this, but I can still appreciate it and I can still get the meaning out of it and see it, and I do like it. It's just not my favorite water card, I think. But you have a little bee in here, I like that. And I love that there are always seeds drawn into the citrus plants, because isn't that how it always is? Like, you cut into it and you think you found all the seeds from whatever you're doing, and then you squeeze the lime or the lemon, or you take a bite out of the orange, and there's always that one last seed that was stubborn and hid from you, and it's out to ruin your life. The Four of Water is mint, and I love that you have the blue jay back there. I think that's what that is. This is exactly what I would love my backyard to look like. I picture this being somewhere comfortable and smelling really nice, like the sunshine, and just being one of those places where you can retreat to, away from the world, and just enjoy nature, enjoy life, enjoy just being in the presence of other living things going about their day, being like the nature and the animals and stuff. The Five of Water, Golden Seal. I actually think that this card has come up for me pretty recently. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about this. I know I talked about this a lot in the last one, so I'm not going to touch too much on it now. The Six of Water is still one of my favorites. It reminds me of having kind of one of those summer days where you are swimming and out with your friends and you're having so much fun on the beach, and it's one of those lunches where you are all gathered together and you really use up a lot of energy at the beginning, in the beginning of the day, in the morning, and you all come together and it's quiet. There's not a lot of talking because you're just focused on eating, and then this is the afterwards where you're all laying back. You've probably unbuttoned your pants because they're a little bit too full, and you are unwinding and relaxing and finally taking that deep breath that may have been held before. The Seven of Water, this is a card that showed up for me a lot in the past, and it was asking me to consolidate what I'm doing and try and find what was really important instead of doing everything because I thought that's what I needed to be doing. I love this card. This is one that I will journey into, I think, in the future, just because it's beautiful. And then this book, you have Folklore of Trees. It's just, I love this card. The Eight of Water is another one of my favorites because it's a tea card. I mean, can you blame me? I love tea. I love tea cards. This one is one of those ones where you're getting ready for bed and the tea is the last thing that you drink and the last thing you consume before bed, and it's another ritual to unwind and get your brain into its bedtime mode. And that's fitting for this card being that super stable emotional energy. The Nine of Water is one that I wasn't fond of before, and I think that it's just because pink isn't a color that I was very fond of in the past, but I can appreciate this card a lot now. And it's actually a card that I haven't seen very often anymore. Like, it doesn't really show up for me in readings, but it is a beautiful card. And I picture like walking down to the beach and collecting the water from that. I think of it as like a little lake or a pond or something, but it's just beautiful. The Ten of Water, this one has actually shown up a lot for me, and I'm kind of happy about it because it is a, in my opinion, positive looking and leaning card. I don't have too much to say about this one. But yeah, I think I'm going to start taking this as a reminder to do a little luck spell or say a luck affirmation when I see this card, just to remind me that I'm allowed to do silly little things like that. I don't know. The Half Water, I love this one. I love that there's an adult holding the kettle just to make sure the child doesn't burn themselves. And chamomile, I feel, is a very safe herb for young ones. It's one that doesn't have any caffeine in it, so it's going to be okay for them to drink. And when the grown-ups are having a caffeinated tea or coffee, it's nice to include them by offering them something that's similar and getting that ritual started of brewing the water and steeping the tea and then enjoying it and being mindful about it. And I think that that's what I see from this card. Untitled Water, we see now, I think, the Iha going from needing assistance to doing it all on her own and saying, I can do this, and having that confidence in herself to, brew alone. But also remembering that it doesn't have to be a solitary thing. The Madre of Water, I think that I'm only bothered just because I wish that her ring was pushed down a little bit further on her hand. I feel like it's bumping up into her knuckle, and that bothers me. But I love the scenery. I love the mountains. I love that she's got her cup of tea and is looking out over the water. I think it's beautiful. This is my favorite curandera card of the whole deck. I think it's beautiful and exactly what I aspire to be as an crone, an elderly lady. It's just gorgeous. This card takes my breath away whenever I look at it, whenever I draw it. It's just beautiful. I don't have anything to say. It's perfection all on its own.